Okay, so we'll check this out here, Manhattan, on the AMD machine now. Same idea. Guess we'll start over here. Same settings. We can double check them just to be safe. Let's start up here. Oh, on a roof, okay. So quickly check the settings here, just graphics, see custom, all low, same idea. Exactly the same. Scaling, ultra performance, XeSS. All right, let's go. And die. Enter a game, die. Okay. I was in the menu, bro. Let's try it again. Let's not go there. Let's go over here. Oh, there's a tank there. Saw that on the map. I was looking at the FPS. I mean, it's running very well, right? So, like, I mean, we are compromised in terms of settings. We have the thing turned down quite a bit. That's a good guy. We have the thing turned down quite a bit, down to, you know, ultra performance and then low and everything. So, I mean, we're not cranked here or anything like that. But, it's running very well. It's competitively running, right? Like, this is a game you probably don't want to run at like 20 or 30 FPS. It's not a first-person style game. First single-player style game. It's a first-person competitive shooter, right? So you want frames. Because you want your lows to be reasonable. Like, you don't want drop-down when stuff's going on to be like, okay, now it's 30. Right? That's not ideal. So it's running very well on the AMD machine. It's running very well on the Intel machine. Actually, very similar, to be honest. I was having issues with the Intel machine at first. I was having issues with the AMD machine, but I think it was just like the servers and crap were being buggy. Whoa, bro. I'm pretty sure there's a guy right there. Right into the chaos. Whoa, that's an RPG just right as you spawn in. It's always nice. No. What the hell? Why am I up here? This is so weird. Let's go, I don't know, here? Looks like there's something going on here. So now we're on the Intel machine again. And same settings. Actually, let's just quickly, really quickly check. Probably gonna die, but that's okay. So go graphics, edit. Low all the way down. Low, low, low. Low, low. Yeah, I died. It's okay. Okay, low all the way down. And same scaling. Let's come back. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah, it runs better on Intel. Like, actually a lot better. AMD was like 45 to 50, up to 55, sometimes 60, but not really. There was a big drop there, but that was just popping probably. Yeah, it's just running better on Intel. Now, these GPUs are very similar in terms of raw performance. Like, in general, they just run very similar. Intel's more efficient at lower watts, especially with the CPU. And that can help. I mean, if you have them in a big laptop, like I've tested Lunar Lake in a laptop, I've tested 890M CPU in a laptop, and damn it, too far away. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I've tested like this CPU in a laptop. I've tested this CPU in a laptop. The AMD stuff, you know, in a big beefy laptop with lots of watts, it can run very well. Sometimes faster. But you know, when you start to cut those cores down on a CPU like this, they don't need to pull as much power, and then as a result, the GPU, because in this limited wattage system, the GPU can just have more of what it needs. It can, I don't want to go up there, obviously. It can be more effective. Okay, so let's go hide a little bit. What I want to do now is check wattages. So we'll go like this, we'll go down to 25. I don't have controller drift, but my thing is uncalibrated. I screwed it up. That was a big drop in performance. So I'll stand right here as my controller, it looks like it's drifting. 45. Wow, okay, 60. We're going to go down again. 55, 50. Yeah, I mean... No, don't kill me. Now on AMD there's a huge drop when we lowered the watts. Look at that. Not on Intel. Well, my controller went all weird because I did that. Yeah, so here is that doing better? So we'll just stand over here, 60. Let's stand right here for a sec. Don't kill me. Just give me 5 seconds here. 56. Yeah, 52 there. Let's go down to 20. And you can see here just how much more efficient the Intel chip is. There is some issues with the slider in the OneXPlayer. It's just a brand new handheld that came out, and they're using the same numbers for the AMD and the Intel machine, but it doesn't work that way because the Intel machine just doesn't run the same. It's much more efficient. But generally speaking, you can see the Intel typically running around 10, 11, 12 watts on the GPU at least, where the AMD is running at like 25 to 30. So massive increase in the number of watts. And when you decrease the watts on the AMD, depending on the game, you will start to lose performance. In very GPU heavy games, you'll not see the biggest drop until you go probably below 25, even 20. But you can see here in Battlefield, once you do drop down to even 25, there is a pretty considerable performance drop. You can see that right here, 25. We're looking at 20 FPS deficit between AMD and Intel. That's huge, to be honest. And then if you go lower on AMD, it just really does tank. So on the AMD machine in this game specifically, you're going to be running this thing in full watts all the time. Whereas on Intel, I mean, yeah, you can run it in full watts, but the full watts are much lower. So here, we're at like 60, something like that. You bring this down. It doesn't make any difference when you're at those lower watts. Let's go that into 20. Not much of a drop at 20. 15 should start to drop, I think. Nope. Now again, that's in a less chaotic area here, right? It's a little bit more of a chaotic area over here. Yeah, like the fact that you can run these in 15 watts and it gets by is very impressive. So the Intel machine is significantly more efficient. It has similar theoretical max performance, but it's way more efficient. Now, if you're like using this as a laptop type thing, this specific one, because it is a laptop hybrid, AMD CPU is more effective in that regard because it does have more cores in that. But yeah, the Intel machine is just more efficient, right? It's just going to be, okay, get out of here. It's going to be a more efficient machine. So very impressive.